Stem stitch is a really lovely stitch to make nice fine lines and a really nice outline stitch. It has a sister stitch called outline stitch, the stem stitch and outline stitch, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two and tell you when to use which stitch. So we'll start with the stem stitch. So I'm going to work up this shape here, so this is the stem stitch, these areas here, so I'm going to work up this shape here, and then in this one I'll show you the outline stitch. So a knot out of the way there, my two little stitches to start on the line, because we're going to cover that line. Now it's easiest if you have your area that you're working pointing away from you, so I'm going to work up the shape, so I've got the first bit close to me and I'm going to work away from myself up that shape. So if you can orientate your piece of work so that the area you're working is vertical, it's a little bit easier to work the stitch. So up at the bottom where I want to start, and a little forward stitch of about 2 or 3 millimeters. Don't pull that all the way through, leave yourself a loop. Now the difference between stem stitch and outline is the side that the loop falls on. So one works better around a curve one way, one the other. So stem stitch, the loop is going to go to the right if we're working straight up. So there's my loop to the right, and I'm going to come back up with my needle in between those 2 points, in between where I came out and where I went back down on my design line. Pull the needle through and just pull that from the back, just to tension it. So I've got a straight stitch going forward and my thread's actually coming out on the left, like so. See what's happening there. There we go, there's a thread on the left, and these stitches will excuse me, overlap each other and they will look like a rope, give you a rope effect. So a forward stitch, the same length as you did your first stitch. Don't pull that all the way through. We're doing stem stitch, so I'm going to just place that loop over to the right, coming up between those 2 points on the line. It should be the end of the previous stitch. Don't worry too much if it's not, that will come with practice, but that's the end of the previous stitch, which is the centre of those 2 points. Pull the needle through. It's just good practice to pull that stitch from the back so you don't wear the thread. Do it in 2 movements, and then my thread is coming out on the left of that stitch. So that's a stem stitch, so I'll go all the way to the top, loop to the right, needle out, pull it through, pull it tight. If you've got a sharp curve to go around, you can just shorten those stitches ever so slightly. And then I'm going to go down into a point there, make sure that loop stays on the same side each time. A little bit. There we go. I just want a nice sharp point, so I'm just going to go down into that point there, take the thread all the way through to the back, and then to start and go up the other side, I'm just going to come ahead of myself for this one and then back into that point. That gives us the nice sharp point. Doing exactly the same thing, instead of going forward I've just come back, and it's only that 1 stitch. But your loop goes to the right again, so we're going up this shape now, so that's the right hand side. Back between the 2 points, pull it through from the back, the thread comes out to the left of the stitch. Tight, thread comes out. That tight thread comes out. Try and keep these stitches a nice even length. Now the stem stitch is best worked around a shape that goes anti-clockwise. So if you have a curve that's pointing to your left, it's anti-clockwise, use stem stitch. If you have one that's going the other way, I'm going to use outline stitch, and I'll show you that one next. So just to finish off, come up on the left there, and I'm just going to take a little small stitch now into that point, just to finish that thread off, like so. I'm just going to step my thread back down, just with a little tiny stitch coming out from underneath, just so I'm not making a long stitch on the back. And I'm going to work these two little shapes now in outline stitch. So these, this curve here, we'll do this one first, is going clockwise, it's going from left to right. If I go up the shape, it's curving round to the right, which is clockwise. So I'm going to use outline stitch. So start at the bottom, the stitch is exactly the same, but you just throw your loop the other way this time. So here is up the shape. So now, doing outline, my loop goes to the left. Exactly the same other than that, but loop to the left, needle comes up between those 2 points in the middle, pull the needle through, stitch tight on the back, needle out on the front, and now my thread is coming out to the right of that stitch. It's only a little short shape, but that's okay, no different. So loop to the left this time, I'm doing outline stitch, pull it through on the back. It just helps to make a curve. If you do it the wrong way round, you get a bit of a step of stitches, but this will give you a nice smooth line. So forward stitch, loop to the left, up in the middle of those 2 points, pull that tight, pull the thread through. I'm going to finish on the end there. So that's my outline. And if I come back down to this little one here, this one is going the other way now, so I'm going up the shape there, it's going round to my left, so it's going anti-clockwise, so now we're going to do stem stitch, so now the loop goes to the right. If you're not sure which is which and you can't remember, don't worry too much about it, just make sure you don't change the loop direction in the middle. One good way of remembering it is if you're going up the shape, you're going up, so stem stitch stands upright. So if you're going up, the loop goes to the right. So that can sometimes help you to remember which one is which. Just one final on there, back up in the middle, loop to the right. And I'm right at the end now, so there's my little final stitch there, and I can just finish that thread on the back. So that's stem stitch and outline stitch.